Ladies and welcome to another episode of Universe Mode. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. This is the first edition of Raw after Basher. We're live here in Los Angeles, California, and well, the Bash was truly interesting for both sides, as of course SmackDown had its own set of interesting things, and well, ECW, that's a whole different story, and it shall actually be covered later on tonight here on Raw. But as for the main thing here on Raw, the Raw side of things, as of course, we had a little bit of a weird ending, as of course the main event for the WWE Championship did see Randy Orton and John Cena. Orton did successfully defend the WWE title against John Cena. After the matchup, though, of course, Cena, he got some help from, I guess you could call them friends at this point now. And well, to be fair, Cena and his allies will actually come into the ring in the next couple of moments as soon as I'm done with this announcement. But ladies and welcome to another edition of Monday Night Raw. Most likely not uploaded on Monday. And well, this should be a good edition, as of course sheamus is going to do the United States Championship Open Challenge later on tonight. The new Divas champion Natalya will also be in action. And in the main event, ladies and gentlemen, the Hart Dynasty will get the rematch clause for Unified Tag Team Championships, as they are going to challenge jerimiz for titles later on tonight in the main event of Raw, ladies and gentlemen. We're now going to have to go in the ring as John Cena and, well, his newly found lackeys, I guess you could say. Well, they have something to say to kick us off. I'm going to get straight into the point here. As of course, and as we all know, the ending to the Bash was, well, I guess you could say, surprising. Well, to some of the people in attendance. And now, I'm going to explain why. As of course, and as you all know, as of late, I've been showing a different attitude. And to be fair, I don't really regret it. Because, of course, as of late, the reason to as of why I've changed my attitude has been thanks to all of you. All of you fans do not understand on how much I've done for this business. Week in and week out, I appear and I put on some great matches, to be fair. And then what I get in return? Well, I get the proud disapproval of all you so-called wrestling fans, by you marks and by you smarks that think you know everything about wrestling. Week in and week out, you say, you rant that I have no talent. Although, to be fair, I've had some great matches. I've had some better matches compared to your more overrated superstars of the past, such as Stone Cold Steve Austin. And to be fair, I got sick of it. I decided to take matters to my own hands, which is why weeks back I attacked Michaels. Because, well, Michaels, he's also a major example of a person that you guys pick over me. Oh, so what? He has better wrestling ability than me. Well, at least so-called, because I could kick his ass any day, any week, any day of the month, to be fair. I could even do it right here tonight if I wanted to be fair. But, you see, these three gentlemen right behind me, these three, they understand talent. They've been underused in their shows they've been on. ECW and SmackDown, they've been underused. And to be fair, I'm going to take them under my wing, and together we are going to rule the Monday Night Raw roster. Tell them, Big Zeke. That's right, John, and our reign of terror over this Raw brand will begin with actually me, because later on tonight I plan on making a major statement. Tonight I plan on winning some gold, if you know what I mean. Because tonight I plan on challenging the United States champion Sheamus in the US Open Challenge. And once good old big Ezekiel Jackson wins the United States Championship here tonight, that will just be the beginning for our reign of terror over Raw. Cause see, in the future, we plan on making sure John Cena wins the WWE Championship from Randy Orton. Ezekiel Jackson will also win the US title here tonight against Sheamus, and also in the future, whether it's the Hart Dynasty or jerimiz that end up holding up those unified tag team titles by the end of this night, both me and JTG will not only reunite Crime Time, but we'll also do it in incredible fashion, as in the future, you will also have to get used to us holding the Unified Tag Team Championships. That's right, Shad. So you see, Monday Night Raw, you guys better be prepared, because in the next couple months, we will hold every title here in the Raw brand. the Unified Tag Titles, the United States title, and the WWE title as well. And yes, well, I've been teaming with Kofi Kingston on SmackDown as of late. Sorry, partner, but it hasn't really been working out too well now if you ask me. And well, this man right here, this man, John Cena, he is our leader, and you will all respect him unlike in the past. He will lead us to victory, and we will burn Raw to the ground, and we will do so by having a reign of terror with every title. Get used to it, Raw. Well, there you go. You heard right now, Cena and, well, his newly found lackeys, that's what I'm going to call them for now. They plan on taking over Monday Night Raw. We shall see on how that works out for them in the future. I highly doubt that. But anyway, main event, of course, Hart Dynasty and jerimiz for Unified Tag Team Championships. And, of course, well, interesting way to kick us off in Raw. Statement made, I guess, by this newly found, by Cena's newly found, I guess you could call it a stable, to be fair. Shall see what happens there. So I'm guessing they see here Jackson, Shad, and JTG are now part of Raw. So interesting to say the least. And we're going to kick things off with Divas action. The Divas champion Natalya. She's going to be in non-title action against Eve. The new Divas champion Natalya, I should say. She won that one from the Bash against Melina and Gail Kim in a triple threat. Natalya seemingly being, to be fair, the odd one out, to be fair. Ultimately, she made Gail Kim tap out to the sharpshooter for a second time, because Kim has tapped out to sharpshooter before, and then at the Bash, of course, she tapped out once more. So Natalya is the new Divas champion off of that. Both Gail Kim and Melina, the former Divas champion Melina, they'll actually be in tag team action against the Bella Twins. So all 6 Divas of the Raw brand are going to be showcased here tonight in the first episode of Raw after the Bash, as we now look forward to Night of Champions, where every championship in Europe's mode will be defended, of course. Well, it mostly is already, but, you know, for name's sake. Anyway, Eve making her way to the ring. She's been working the Superstar circuit, has been had matches against both Nikki and Brie Bella, and I believe she's came up short in both of them. She lost to Nikki, and then she lost to Brie across the last couple weeks. So now can she get a victory? Perhaps her most important one so far in Euros mode, when she can defeat the Divas champion Natalya in a non-title contest. And of course, well, Natalya's fellow, buddies, alignment in the Hart Foundation. Hart Dynasty, they'll be in tag action in the main event, as jerimiz will defend the Unified Tag Titles against the Hart Dynasty. In the Hart Dynasty's rematch clause from the Bash, as of course, the reason as to why they're getting this in the first place, because at this point in Euros mode, sometimes people get rematch clauses, sometimes they don't, to be fair. Which is kind of weird if you ask me, but to be fair, we did have, I believe it was Jericho that decided to cause the disqualification, which made Chris Jericho and The Miz retain the tag team titles by disqualification. Either Jericho or Miz decided not to get back inside their corner, since one of them were not the legal man. They decided to not get back inside the corner, or back on their side of the ring, I should say, towards the tag rope. They had a whole 5 count to do so, exceeded the 5 count, then also disqualification, and jerimiz won by disqualification. Whether that was on purpose or not, I have no idea. Probably was on purpose, to be fair. And that's how they won the Unified Tag Titles. But at this point, well, they do the same thing against the Hart Dynasty, because it's just a regular 2-on-2 tag match, no special implications. Same match type as it was at the Bash. Not to mention, ironically enough, it was the first matchup to kick us off at the Bash. Anyway, now let's say, hopefully we get a definite winner. Later on tonight in the main events, we continue on Divas action. Natalya with a nice hip toss right there. The new Divas champion, Natalya, the third ever Divas champion. So at this point, the only Divas to not hold the Divas title has been Eve and the Bella Twins. So there you go. Melina, of course, is a 2-time Divas champion. The title lineage goes as Melina, then Gail Kim, then Melina once more, 2 weeks after Gail Kim originally defeated her at Extreme Rules. And of course, the week before Melina defeated her, we had Natalya defeat Gail Kim in a non-title contest to make Natalya have the triple threat matchup at the Bash in the first place. So it all goes hand in hand. While Eve and the Bella Twins, they've really just been facing off on episodes of Superstars. And the Bella Twins have occasionally been showcased in tag matches. I believe the latest one has been in the go-home show of Raw before the Bash, where they took on Natalya and Melina in a losing effort. While can the Bella Twins bounce back against now Melina and Gail Kim? later on tonight, we shall see. Anyway, now, nice maneuver right there by Divas champion Natalya. Of course, if Eve is to defeat Natalya here tonight, definitely got to think she gets higher up in the rankings for the Divas championship. So, this could obviously work out pretty well to Eve's favor. It could actually be a major turning point for her here in Universe Mode, because as of late, or since Universe Mode begun, her and the Battle Twins have been not really too much in the spotlight compared to, well, not was Natalya. It was pretty much Melina and Gail Kim holding up the, or at least being the spotlight of the Divas division here on Raw for a while. Anyway, now Natalya off the pin, off the surfboard there, and no, only a 2 count. Had the knee wrench on the back that, well, almost was it, but Eve not gonna give up that easily. And now it's this here. Gail Kim now rushing down to the ring here, and now she's on the ringside. The former Divas champion, of course, only held it for like roughly, I think, 2 weeks before losing to, of course, Melina in the episode of Raw 2 weeks before the Bash. And of course, the week prior, she lost to Natalya in a non-title contest, which made Natalya be in the triple threat, which made, to ask of why we are here. And not to mention, Gail Kim tapped out to Natalya's sharpshooter at the Bash, which made Natalya the Divas champion. So now Kim, she's here, and she's getting a closer look. Getting a closer look at the action. Of course, she's going to have a tag team matchup with Melina later on tonight against the Battle Twins. So this is interesting, to say the least. Or not Natalya working on Eve. She doesn't seem too distracted by Gail Kim. It's like Natalya's just trying to make sure that she just focuses on the matchup, trying to cancel Gail Kim out, basically. A little questionable here by Kim, but I can see why. And now, once again, that weird ass arm drag, to be fair, elbow drop shortly after by the new Divas champion, Natalya. Of course, the sharpshooter has been pretty good here in Universe Mode. Tyson Kidd and Natalya have gotten multiple victories off of the, well, first off of this maneuver, and then which has led to a sharpshooter. So both Natalya and Tyson Kidd have done pretty well for themselves here with that sharpshooter. I believe no one has actually escaped this sharpshooter. Every time it's been applied here in Universe Mode by either Natalya or Tyson Kidd, we've had the person tap out. Although, no, there could be an exception. I see right there, Eve getting sent to the outside right there. Nasty landing for her. But I believe there was probably an exception at the Bash where Tyson Kidd did it to either Jericho or Miz, and then it got broken up. Although it could be mistaken in that one. But anyway, now Eve just going to exit out the ring once again. Going to try to rethink her strategy here. Because right now Natalya has her number. Gail Kim watching on as well. And now Eve getting back inside ring. Natalya taunting away there. She seemed pretty confident there, but Eve can catch her off guard, taking down the arm right there. And now Eve going to try even the playing field here, because the majority of this matchup has been Natalya on the roll here, and Eve going to try to shift the momentum, but maybe not for long, because what a clothesline right there by the Divas champion. Gail Kim once again still watching on, and elbow drop shortly after the clothesline by Natalya. And now going to go for a pin here, a little bit of a desperation cover, but it can actually get the job done here, but no, Kim, she has the ref distracted. Gail Kim making sure the referee's distracted here. And I don't think Natalya's noticed yet. And now, I don't think the ref's going to stand for this. Natalya still hasn't noticed, and the ref, he's kicked Gail Kim out of here. Kim is out of here. And she's going to go by what the ref said. And now the referee with the pinfall here. Eve is still knocked out, and Natalya, not sure if she knew what Kim was doing or not. Kind of a weird way to end things off in that matchup. The elbow drop to Eve must have really messed her up, because that was more than a 3 count, obviously. That was like a 10 count or some sort. But anyway, there you go. Natalya with the victory. She seems pretty happy about it. Questionable actions by Gail Kim right there. But then again, it could also be just because she was the one that took the submission loss in that triple threat. Melina, the Divas champion, did not get pinned or submitted by Natalya. It was Gail Kim. So Natalya has had Kim's number on 2 separate occasions. Once when it was non-title, and one when it was for the title. So there you go, Natalya. Major victory for her. Her first victory as Divas champion, of course, non-title. So there you go. Now we're heading backstage here. John Cena and Shad, they seem to be warming up for something. Well, Cena, he's scheduled to have a matchup here. I don't know against who, but it's not going to be next. It's going to be later on tonight. But Cena and Shad, of course, there's that whole alliance. And now, well, speaking of this whole John Cena alliance here, the United States champion Sheamus, I bet he was watching to kick us off, and I bet he heard Ezekiel Jackson said he was going to answer the open challenge. Sheamus was going to have a United States Championship Open Challenge. It's going to happen right now, and I think we already know the challenger. Ezekiel Jackson, of course, earlier on to kick us off, said he was going to answer the United States Championship Open Challenge that was going to be held by Sheamus. Sheamus has been pretty good so far for himself. Not the greatest of fan favorites. He's not a fan favorite at all. But he still has a fighting spirit that at least we have to respect. We don't have to like his attitude or how he goes about his business, but we at least have to respect that he's been doing this every week on Raw. Of course, the exception being the go-home show, and now JTG here, what? Ezekiel Jackson was supposed to challenge, and now JTG here, and now wait, on the screen here, Jackson seems to be a letter in, I guess. Says mind games, as we all see. And now Sheamus, he looks confused because JTG, he's actually not walking out. So is the JTG or Sheamus. I mean, it's the JTG or Jackson. And now JTG, wait, from behind, Sheamus turn around. JTG now has him off guard clothesline. I guess JTG is going to answer a challenge. I thought Jackson was going to answer it. Jackson said earlier on in the night to kick us off that he said he was going to answer it. But instead it's JTG here to answer it. So maybe a little bit of mind games. Sheamus was preparing for Jackson perhaps. But instead he gets, well, instead he gets JTG. And now that's the thing about these United States Championship Open Challenge. You never know who could answer. Which is why Sheamus usually doesn't know who to prepare for. But this was one of those exceptions. This week was an exception. He thought he was going to prepare for Jackson, but instead, he's going to have to deal with JTG. Now, JTG probably not too difficult. Jackson would definitely be more difficult. I see right there Sheamus having little or no trouble with him. But JTG, of course, was on SmackDown. He's done a couple of occasional tag teams matches with Kofi Kingston, of course, on SmackDown and Superstars. Their latest tag matchup has been on SmackDown, losing in the go-home edition of SmackDown to the Hart Dynasty, of course. And I believe JTG did take the submission loss to Tyson Kidd, so there you go. Of course, from the Sharpshooter. But anyway, now JTG here, he could actually be changing my mind here, because now he's doing pretty well against Sheamus, if you ask me. Well, I still thought that we were going to get Sheamus and Ezekiel Jackson. That would have definitely been one hard-hitting contest for the United States Championship here tonight on Raw. But instead we get JTG, who I guess is now officially a part of Raw. And of course ECW is no longer a thing. Not to mention the new ECW champion, Zack Ryder, is going to be, well, he's going to have some mic time later on tonight. I'm being told he's going to announce something, to be fair. So we shall see what happens there later on tonight. So since Ryder's here on Raw, I can only assume that every ECW star is going back to their original home. So Shad will actually have to go back to SmackDown, and the Secret Jackson will actually have to go back here for every ECW star to go back to their original brand. Unless it's just for Ryder to make an announcement here, I have no idea, but we shall see. Because now we also got some other superstars who weren't on Raw and SmackDown and who debuted or returned to returned here in ECW, for example, RVD and AJ Styles. Styles, of course, debuted on ECW, so where will he go? I have no idea. We shall see. Well, we don't have anything scheduled for Styles later on tonight. But then again, I guess it will be more of a surprise factor, but we shall see in the next couple weeks. And we're now going back to the United States Championship matchup as JTG catches Sheamus off guard with that kick. JTG now, what's this? Has him, and oh my god. Innovative. Nicely done. Sheamus taken off guard right there from the kick. And now JTG here on the roll here. We could have a new United States champion. And notice, Ezekiel Jackson, John Cena, and Shad Gaspard, none of those three men are actually here. None of them are at ringside. None of them are helping JTG. It's JTG by himself here. And he's been impressive so far. Of course, in JTG's tag team efforts with Kofi Kingston on SmackDown and Superstars, they've been on losing efforts, and it's usually been JTG who's actually been the one who's been pinned or submitted to make them lose. JTG, not to mention, has been a part of the quickest matchup in Universe Mode history weeks back when he lost to the Intercontinental Champion Drew McIntyre to kick us off in an episode of SmackDown in a very quick non-title contest. I believe the matchup was under a minute, and it was the quickest matchup in Universe Mode history. So JTG didn't do well against the Intercontinental Champion McIntyre. He's doing well against the United States Champion Sheamus, so I guess JTG is now part of Raw, to be fair. I can only assume at this point. And now Sheamus here. Elbow right to the back. Another one right there on the third. Nope, never mind. only 2, and 2 were good enough because JTG, he's hurt after that one. The United States champion Sheamus, of course, successfully defended the title against John Morrison at the Bash, because, of course, the week prior in the go-home edition of Raw before the Bash, we did have Morrison win a fatal 4-way against, at that time, the undefeated William Regal, no longer undefeated, of course, along with Evan Bourne and the former United States champion R-Truth. Of course, Truth answered the Sheamus United States Championship Open Challenge. He won, and then the next week after that, Truth held one of his own. Sheamus answered it, and then Sheamus won back the title. So Truth only had a mediocre 7-day title run with the United States title. But there you go. Anyway, now JTG here. Nice body slam. So Sheamus is a 2-time United States champion. Title lineage goes by Sheamus, then R-Truth for a whole week. And now back to Sheamus. Maybe it could go to JTG here tonight. I have no idea. But the fact that Cena, Shad, or Secret Jackson's not here helping JTG, or at least they're not ringside, I highly doubt that, because I feel like something's up here. This could perhaps be the beginning of their statement, to be fair. Anyway, now, of course, Shad and Secret Jackson, they've been teaming up as of late on ECW. And they've been doing pretty well for themselves. They've actually gone, every time they've teamed up, they've actually gotten a victory. So there you go. Not to mention, Shad has defeated ECW champion Christian in the go-home edition of ECW before the Bash. So maybe Shad could challenge Ryder for the ECW title. Or something like that, because now ECW is dead, but the title is still here. Whether it will be on Raw and SmackDown, or on both, I have no idea. But here tonight, it will be on Raw. Anyway, now Sheamus over top of the rope. He goes. JG, nice Irish whip, and taunting away right there. And Sheamus, he's hurt after that one. Holding on to his head, landed awkwardly as well. JG also hurt. Not gonna lie, JG, he's really been impressing me. He's been doing pretty well for himself, if you ask me. Sheamus is gonna take a sweet time getting back to that ring. Sheamus now sees JG taunting him. Not too smart, to be fair. Like I did say, Sheamus, he's not the most liked here in Numerous Mode, but you at least gotta respect him, as of course he's been doing these US title challenges. He's only lost 1. Maybe he could lose 2 here tonight, I have no idea. But anyway, now JHG here. Sheamus has defeated John Morrison on 2 occasions. The first Raw after Extreme Rules in the US Open Challenge, and then of course at the Bash when Morrison got another opportunity by winning a fatal 4-way. And we're now Snapmare here by JHG, taunting away now. And now, another Snapmare variation. A regular Snapmare and then a Snapmare variation. Nicely done on the part of JHG, if you ask me. And now off the ropes goes Sheamus here. JHG misses where he was going for, but Sheamus has been dominant over John Morrison when it comes to the United States title and defending it. Morrison had a horrible performance at the Bash, and perhaps an even worse performance the night after Extreme Rules in their first meeting. But anyway, going back to this matchup here, Sheamus now go behind here on JHG. JHG's been giving Sheamus a fight so far, which is very surprising considering on how bad JHG's been in Numerous Mode. Anyway, now multiple of these uppercuts here, very Goldust-like if you ask me. Off of 2 of them, but Sheamus can fight back here. JHG gets caught with the kick off the ropes. Never mind, or not. Gonna stop in his tracks. The United States champion Sheamus looking to retain the title here tonight. Perhaps this is the biggest challenge he's had for his United States title, which is weird saying, because The Miz has also given Sheamus a run for his money back at Extreme Rules. JHG either will have a better performance than Miz, which would be difficult to do because Miz had a great one, or he could actually just be second best. Although Truth has defeated Sheamus, you know, his performance was actually pretty good for itself as well. So there you go. The only one who actually hasn't been doing all too well against Sheamus, to be fair, has actually been John Morrison, but that's a whole different story. And now Sheamus here, oh Jesus. Just manhandling JHG, and now what's this? Is Secret Jackson running down to a ring here while both Sheamus and JHG are fighting. Sheamus, he's noticed now Jackson with a chair as well. And Jackson gonna pass it to JHG using it. I knew it. The disqualification victory. The winner of this match by disqualification, of course, will be Sheamus. And he's going to retain the United States title here tonight, as now JHG has taken Sheamus into the outside. And Jackson, he's staying inside. Sheamus trying to fight back here. Doing his best here against JHG. And, well, Shad, he's just standing around. He's just watching here. He's now on the outside. And now Sheamus, he's more occupied with JHG. It's now 2-on-1 here. I knew it. Jackson ran down to a ring. Gave JHG the chair, and JHG, he used it. Sheamus now trying his best to avoid Ezekiel Jackson. He's done pretty well. He's been dodging Jackson. And now Jackson's kind of getting pissed off here. Jackson's missed Sheamus, which is actually kind of funny. But JG taking the big man off his feet here. And now Jackson with a steel chair. Come on, the match is over. Sheamus is still giving a fight. Sheamus is still fighting here against both JG and Ezekiel Jackson. But at what cost? I see right there the steel chair connects. Jackson finally able to connect with something, and once again, JGG. Was this him and Ezekiel Jackson's plan the whole time? Because Jackson, we all thought, was going to challenge for a title. It ultimately ended up being JGG. And now what's this? I see right there, collarbone slam. Basically a Uranagi, whatever you want to call it. And now, Ezekiel Jackson and JGG, they're just being the living hell out of Sheamus and the buck of Ezekiel. Connects. Sheamus and JHD, they've done their job. To be fair, Sheamus, he's knocked out. So Jackson and JHG are now just going to celebrate here over a fallen Sheamus. Sheamus, I think he needs medical attention. He's retained the Dynasty title here tonight by disqualification, but at what cost? Because Jackson and Jackson and JHG now taunting away. It's like they just won a damn matchup. Sheamus, he needs medical attention here. Where's the staff? I have no idea. Mind games have been playing. They've been played pretty well. Jackson, we all thought was going to challenge. But anyway, now we have to go backstage here. Randy Orton, he's going to be in the backstage interview. The WWE Champion's going to give us thoughts on what happened at the Bash. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the current WWE Champion, Randy Orton. Now, Randy, you successfully retained your WWE Championship at the Bash against John Cena. Now, of course, after the matchup, both you and Cena went into a brawl, in which, of course, ECW's Shad and Ezekiel Jackson, along with SmackDown's JTG, went down to a ring and helped out Cena and attacked you to end off the night. Now, since this is a very dangerous alliance, and it seems that they are helping Cena now, what are your thoughts on the matter? Well, to be fair, even as of the last couple weeks too, the attitude that John Cena has had, of course, attacking Shawn Michaels a couple weeks back after the number one contenders matchup, to be fair, not really too surprised by what Cena's done. As of late, Cena's been more desperate. He's turned against the fans that have loved him for the longest of times, and at the Bash, he decided, well, to enlist the help of course, those three guys that you did mention that, to be fair, are completely useless over on ECW, and of course, JHG, who doesn't really win much matches on SmackDown, of course. So, to be fair, I'm not really too worried. Of course, I am the WWE Champion, and of course, I'm going to have a major target on my back here in Raw as long as I hold this WWE Championship. But as for Cena, next time I lay my eyes on him, I'm going to kick his ass. It's as simple as that. Well, there you go, ladies from the WWE Champion, Randy Orton. Well, to be fair, I didn't really expect... Well, I expected nothing less, I should say, of his thoughts on what happened at the Bash and his thoughts on this new stable that Cena has formed. So far, they've made a statement. They've attacked the United States Champion Sheamus. So now, in the future, to ask what will happen in the United States title picture, I have no idea, to be fair. But anyway, we're back here on Raw, back with Divas action as well. We had one kick off the night. And now here we're going in our third match here tonight. Divas tag action, the Bella Twins. They've already made their way to the ring. They're going to take on Gail Kim and Melina. Gail Kim and Melina already made their entrance during the Orton segment. And the Bella Twins are now finally in the ring. And here we go. As this is going to be Brie Bella taking on Gail Kim here to kick us off. I see her there. Nice kick right to the side of the head. Well, last time Melina and the Bella Twins, had a competition was, of course, in the go-home show of Raw before the Bash, where we had Gail Kim and Natalya successfully defeat the Bella Twins in a tag team contest. And now, well, Melina and Natalya, they had pretty good chemistry if you ask me. But Melina and Gail Kim, they have more of a history. They have more of a history for challenging for the Divas title. So, would their chemistry be, worse of wear compared to when Melina teamed up with Natalya last week on Raw? Shall see, of course, Nikki Bella, she's challenged Melina for the Divas Championship before. Of course, I remember back at Backlash for the Divas title, we did have Melina successfully retained her title against Nikki Bella. To be fair, it was highly forgettable if you ask me. Nikki Bella, I don't think she had much of a good showing, to be fair, but I could be mistaken though. Anyway, now off the ropes goes Nikki. Gail Kim was looking for some there, wasn't able to fully connect it. Now, cross by right there. And, well, the Bella Twins, of course, in Eurosmell, they've gotten their victories over Eve on Superstars and stuff. But when it comes to having their matches on Raw, they haven't really been doing all too well. Case in point, the tag matchup last week. And also, I believe at one point, we did have Natalya defeat one of the Bella Twins as well. Although I could be mistaken, that one it probably was Beth Phoenix defeating someone else over on SmackDown, which I don't know how I could confuse that, but whatever. And now Nick Bell here, the upper hand on Gail Kim. Nice nightmare, they're going to wrench on next shortly after, but Melina's right there, the former Divas champion. First ever two-time Divas champion in history of Zeros Mode. First ever two-time champion in general. So Melina has a high accolade here in Euros Mode. Maybe she could be a three-time Divas champion, we have no idea. We shall see in the future, but of course that night of champions so far, no matches on the card, of course, for Raw. And it makes no sense for a match for SmackDown to be announced, because we haven't had SmackDown yet. But so far, nothing has really been implicated for the Bash. The only thing I could really guess is something involving Sheamus defending his title against either JTG or CJ Jackson, but then again, that is just a wild guess. But at this point, so far, nothing's been set in stone for Night of Champions. And will WWE Champion Randy Orton, will he defend against John Cena once again? I have no idea. Orton successfully retained against Batista back at Backlash, then against Edge at Extreme Rules, and at the Bash against John Cena. So it's a who's who of WWE superstars that Orton has defeated. Not to mention in an episode of Raw 2 weeks before the Bash, he defeated Shawn Michaels due to Michaels originally defeating him to set up for Extreme Rules. Because, of course, Michaels defeated Randy Orton in a non-title contest a couple weeks before Extreme Rules, which led to Michaels getting his title matchup weeks before the Bash, even though he lost the number one contenders matchup to John Cena, which that's a whole story in and of itself. So there you go. That's basically the whole Orton arc so far, basically going on. So WWE Champion Randy Orton's been doing pretty well for himself. He's been holding the title since day one, of course. Will he hold it? Will he walk out if not a champion? Still champion? We shall see. And now into the corner goes Melina here. Now the Bella Twins looking for a double team maneuver. Both Brie and Nikki has Melina work. They want her as their double team hip toss right there. And now it's Brie Bella, the legal woman, the legal competitor here against the former Divas champion in Melina. And now it's this DDT. That one definitely did stun Melina. So Gail Kim and Melina so far, they've been getting on the same page, or at least so far, at least. And of course, Gail Kim made her presence felt on to kick us off here on Raw, just randomly interfering in that Natalya versus Eve contest. And well, the ref immediately kicked Gail Kim out. The ref wanted to continue the matchup, and he just decided to kick Gail Kim out. To be fair, some refs would take longer to kick a competitor out, but that ref, well, no nonsense. I see their X Factor right there by Brie Bella to Melina here, gonna set her into the middle of the ring, gonna waste some precious time, because to be fair, Melina was very away from the ropes, and that could actually be it. Is it? Nope. Gail Kim's gonna break it up. To be fair, you asked me, that was pretty dumb on Brie Bella's part. Not Gail Kim, Melina was not on the ropes. Well, yes, she was close, but she was not on the ropes. Not to mention if Brie did pin Melina in, of course, her sister's corner, then, will work out well, because then Nikki could be able to fight Gail Kim, because Gail Kim will have a longer distance to run to actually try to break it up. That's, of course, if Melina wasn't going to kick out in the first place. And now here we go, Gail Kim and Brie Bella here in this tag team matchup. Let's see right there, tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Nicely done by the former Divas champion and herself. Well, in her own right, I should say. Gail Kim, of course, only held the title for, give or take, roughly, I believe, 2 weeks before losing it to Melina and Melina's rematch clause from Extreme Rules. So, very short title runs for Divas Championship. The only lengthy one so far has been Melina's first title run, where she held it for, I believe, 2 months. Yeah, basically 2 months, because defeated Nikki Bella to retain the title at Backlash, and then lost the Extreme Rules to Gail Kim. And then Gail Kim had a 2-week title run, in which Melina won, and then Melina had a 2-week title run before losing it at the Bash. Or more like a week and 6 days of a title run, to be fair. But anyway, now, Melina now Bulldog, taking down Nikki Bella, one half of the Bella Twins, of course. So at this point, every diva in the Raw brand has been showcased here tonight. the Bell Twins, Gail Kim and Melina. And of course the Divas champion, Natalya and Eve. And right now Melina here, the upper hand on Nick Bell, and Gail Kim looking pretty happy about that in the background. Here we go, camel clutch here. Most likely to wear her down, but this could actually be it here. Never mind, Brie gonna break it up, kicking the ref in the process. I would like to definitely think if Melina had it on with more pressure or for a longer period of time, then maybe Nick Bell would have actually tapped out. Now both Nikki and Brie's resiliency have been great. We've seen that in the previous episodes of Superstars where they faced off against Eve in one-on-one matches. And their resilience has been at an all-time high, especially Nikki Bell. Whole 16-minute matchup against Eve, and she has kept kicking out of multiple maneuvers. It was actually, to be fair, I actually hated that matchup a lot. But anyway, we continue on here. Brie Bell and Melina here, and Bulldog right there. Out of nowhere, by Brie Bell and Gail Kim trying to get Melina back inside this matchup here. Trying to get her back on track here. But Brie doing pretty well for herself. The Bulldog can go for a pinfall. Not sure why that is. Because at this point, well, that was actually a very close 2 count. Gail Kim breaking it up. I was about to say, I was confident Melina was going to kick out, but maybe not. Gail Kim breaking it up just in time, to be fair. And now Kim going to get tagged back inside this matchup here. She hasn't really been showcased all too much. It's been mostly Melina that's been doing the dirty work here. And now Brie Bell here, taking down Gail Kim. And now Brie on top of the rope. What can she be looking for here? And what the hell? Senton. Okay, going back on top again. Gail Kim still knocked out. And now Brie Bell once again, a second one. She's going to go on the other side. No, she's waiting for Nikki Bell. And now Nikki going to take her sweet ass time, to be fair. And now finally tagged inside this matchup. Gail Kim taking a whole lot of damage in the past couple of seconds. And now Nikki Bell going to send Gail Kim away from ropes in the center of the ring. And now, well, Kim, she's taking a whole lot of damage here. And Melina, she's going to get there in time, just in time as well. Not going to even let it be a 2 count. And now Kim, I see right out of nowhere, springing up out of nowhere. Taking her down with the hurricanrana. Nicely done on Gail Kim's part, but she's taken 2 top rope sentons by Brie Bell. We all know that must have hurt, well, a lot. So Kim taking a whole lot of punishment here. Maybe tagging back in Melina does seem like a bad idea. I see her pop up hurricanrana. Nicely done on part of the 2-week title run Divas champion Gail Kim. And right now basement dropkick right to the side of the head. And Kim, she's hurting. Those sentons definitely taking its toll. And right now Nikki decides not to run off the ropes there. And now Nikki Bell here has the arm. Gotta wrench it, taking down Gail Kim. Nice technique there. Working on the arm could definitely be a major factor here in this matchup. And there you go. I was about to say an X factor, but not really. And right now dropkick right to the side of the head. And Melina watching on. She definitely wants to tag at this point. Kim's taking a whole lot of damage. And now Brie gets tagged back inside this matchup here. Kim finally back up, decides not to make the tag to Melina. And now the kick, able to connect another kick shortly after. And now Gail Kim here. And now what, another kick, okay. 3 different variations of kick, the third one being the most devastating. Wow. And now Gail Kim here, multiple strikes. But Brie Bell able to finally catch one of them. And now elbow across the head. And now crossbody. Not really too graceful. And I'm not sure how smart this is, because now Melina just gonna push Brie Bell off. Brie Bell was planning on doing a high-risk maneuver. Not sure how smart that was. Well, especially on the side of Melina. Anyway, now here we go. Hooking the legs here. 2. And no, Nick Bell's gonna break it up. Had the hurricanrana with the legs, of course, being hooked. Could have actually been it, but Nick Bell was able to get there in time. And now off the ropes goes Gail Kim. Brie Bell looking for some here. Hip toss. Taking down Gail Kim. Nick Bell watches on. And approval kick right to the back. So of course the Bell Twins are to win this matchup against 2 former Divas champions. Then they also get higher up in the rankings. Same like what could happen with Eve if she was to defeat Natalya earlier on in the night. Which of course she didn't. And of course Gail Kim made her presence felt in that matchup. The ref kicked her out shortly, so to be fair, maybe the distraction was all for nothing, because Natalya still got the victory at the end of the day. And when now Gail Kim here gets a kick to connect onto Reba. Now has her here. Elbow right to the back of the head. Connects as well. And Nikki Bella, the cheap shot right there. Catches Gail Kim off guard. And now, well, just going to plant Gail Kim on her face. I keep thinking it's going to be a side Russian leg sweep, but it ends up just to be a forward. I don't really know what it is. It starts off as a side Russian leg sweep. Then it ends up as like a face buster variation over there. And when now, Brie Bella here has her, and there we go, elbow right to the neck, taking Gail Kim down, and Kim, she's dazed, and now I hate that snapmare. Every time I see the Bella Twins do that, I completely hate it. On Superstars and here on Raw. And we're now off the ropes goes Gail Kim, and now Brie has her where she wants her here, and now X Factor. The kick to the gut, and then the X Factor shortly after. Brie Bella with the pin now, can this be it? Will Melina be able to get there in time? Nick Bella now gonna try to keep her at bay, but no, Melina's gonna get there in time. Melina able to dodge Nikki Bella and able to break it up. And now Gail Kim springing up Hurricane Rana, running Hurricane Rana, taking down Brie Bella. And Kim, I really think she should make the tag here to Melina. Melina wants to tag. Kim not gonna even pay attention. Gonna pin Brie Bella here. Nikki Bella's gonna be right there to break it up though. There we go. At count of 1. At this point, it's just been complete and utter chaos in this tag team matchup. Let's see right there. There goes Brie Bella. The tilt-to-war head scissors. And now Gail Kim here. What she's looking for? Springboard. And okay, it connects. A leg drop. Springboard leg drop. Nikki Bella watched on in the distance. And now Melina finally gets tagged inside this matchup. Gail Kim was looking for that one more major maneuver to Brie Bella. And that was probably it. And now Melina here. She going to take the pinfall? No, she's not. Brie Bella able to fight out of it anyway. And now Brie with the kick right to the side of the head of Melina. And now Melina below Nikki Bella's feet. So now definitely doesn't want to be here in the corner of the Bella Twins where they could isolate her away from Gail Kim. Although Gail Kim is insanely weakened. And wait, now hip toss. Taking down Melina, the first ever Divas champion. And now kick right to the back. Nice done on part of Brie Bella. She's been doing pretty well for herself in this matchup. So has Nikki, but I believe Brie has had a better performance so far. And now, here we go. What's this? And now neck breaker, backwards neck breaker. And now Brie the kick to, well, stomp to the midsection, and then down the kick to the chest shortly after. And now Brie gonna tag on her sister, and yes. So far the Bella Twins have been able to isolate both Gail Kim and Melina. So they've been doing pretty well for themselves in this tag team matchup so far. Cara now would tie up. And now Nikki Bella win this exchange here. A rematch from the Backlash pay-per-view months back. But I just think this time, can it be Nikki Bella that gets the victory instead of Melina? The only difference is that this is not a 1-1 matchup, and this is not for the Divas Championship. I see right there, Melina working on the leg. And now Melina here. Center of the ring. Has her. What's this? And just going to take her down forward. Suplex, scorebuster. And now on top of the rope, not sure how smart this is by Melina. She's going to jump in time, though. Double foot stomp. Brie Bella didn't push Melina off, which is very surprising, and now taking her down. Double foot stomp by Melina. Didn't expect to see that. I expected an elbow drop, or a leg drop, or a knee drop. Not this. And Brie Bella turned away. She's an idiot. She doesn't notice. Decides not to push Melina off again. Another double foot stomp. And now Melina at this point, she's just making Brie Bella look like an idiot here. And a third double foot stomp. But to no avail for that one. Not to mention, I actually thought she connected with that one, to be fair. So Brie Bella getting embarrassed by Melina on 3 occasions there. And went on hip toss once again. So far it's been working wonders for Brie Bella. The hip toss has actually done pretty well for her. And now into a pinfall. I highly doubt that's going to be it here. And now Melina. Nope, that's actually going to be it. Well, I did say the hip toss was working out well, but I didn't think that well. The Bella Twins, if you ask me, a major upset victory over Melina and Gail Kim. Big time upset victory. They're taunting away here. And well, it's a big victory for them. They get one over 2 former Divas champions. One over Gail Kim and one over Melina. Not to mention, we've had, it was Brie Bella, I believe, to pin Melina. So there you go. The Bella Twins will have major victory here tonight on Raw. What can this mean for the future, as they're definitely higher up in the Divas title picture. So nicely done by Dom. Anyway, now as they exit the ring, Zack Ryder, he's scheduled to say some stuff here. As now he's in the ring, so we're gonna go with Zack Ryder. He's got some stuff to say. Ladies and gentlemen, the only good thing to come out of Long Island, the Long Island Iced Z, Zack Ryder's back here on Monday Night Raw. Now, due to the whole dilemma as of late with the previous episode of ECW, I am officially, by record and in the history books, the final ever ECW champion of the Humorous Mode, thanks to me successfully defeating Christian to become the champion in the first place. And now I've been sent back here to my original home in Raw, where I plan on defending this title. But since ECW is no longer a thing anymore, it's now a thing of the past. So I've asked Vince, and as you see right here, I got this beauty, because I've brought back the hardcore title. And to be fair, I plan on actually being the fighting champion. Christian's over on SmackDown, so at this point, I will have competition, because I am planning on defending on both Raw and SmackDown, and to also bring back the 24/7 Hardcore Championship title rule. So anyone in the back who wants to challenge me, I dare you, because ultimately at the end of the day, Zack Ryder will remain your Hardcore Champion. Well, choice words by Ryder is now, what the hell, Primo running down to a ring here, and well, is he going to be the first challenger for Zack Ryder's the newly reinstated hardcore title? It's back. We haven't seen it in the WWE in years, and it's back. And it's back here in Humorous Mode. And Ryder and Primo here are just exchanging multiple shots, multiple right and left hands here. And now Zack Ryder and Primo on the ramp here. Primo has accepted the hardcore open challenge, but at what extent? Off the stage, and what the hell, Ryder? Oh, come on. At this point, you've already successfully defended the title, and now Swanton by Zack Ryder to Primo. Off the production crate. And off of the stage. What the hell? Well, of course, here's your main event, but at this point, who cares about that? What the hell just happened between those two? As they get held to a back through the crowd now. Well, they're definitely hurt. That was dumped by Ryder. Zack Ryder, of course, the hardcore title with the 24/7 rule has been reinstated, which equals anyone at any brand, Raw and SmackDown, could challenge for the title. Primo, he heard it backstage, decided, well, screw it. He ran down to the ring, and well, he looked pretty stupid there. Zack Ryder, he was ready. So the ECW title has now become the hardcore title. And well, there you go. Zack Ryder was first successful, I guess you could say, hardcore title defense. It is a 24/7 rule, so anyone backstage could fight Ryder for that at any place at any time. It could be in Ryder's house, it could be backstage, it could be in the crowd, it could be in a one-on-one hardcore title matchup, in a hardcore matchup, or anything like that. It could be anywhere, at any time. And Ryder, he's defended it, his first successful title defense as well. John Cena's here. And well, I'm getting word. Oh, come on, that's, I'm getting word here. Cena's scheduled matchup. Of course, we saw him and Shad warming up backstage, getting ready for Cena's matchup. He's gonna face off against Santino. Management really wants Cena and his lackeys to reign over Raw. Shad is here at ringside, so that doesn't go well for Santino either. And now, wait, what the hell is this? Santino now. He doesn't look too scared, but as we see on the ramp here, what have you done? No. What have you done? Of course, Santino's been walking down to the ring as of late with a plastic cruiserweight championship. Don't know why he's done that. But Santino with the John Cena hat. The hat that Cena used to wear. Of course, Cena, he's gone back to his old Doctor of Thugonomics look. And Cena, well, not really a fan favorite anymore. Santino throwing the hat and everything. He's doing Cena's gimmick. Santino doing Cena's old entrance Cena doesn't look too happy. Santino, what have you done? John Cena now has three, three new buddies. Of course, we had Ezekiel Jackson and JG make a statement on the United States champion Sheamus on tonight. And now, well, they did pretty well for themselves. We shall see how John Cena and Shad do. It's Santino, though. Santino, I swear, he's been having a string of bad luck, if you ask me. Well, he's going to have a string of bad luck here. Because he's not only facing up against John Cena, but Cena with Shad in his corner. And not to mention the fact that, well, we had Vladimir Kozlov betray Santino, align himself back with William Regal, part of the Ruthless Roundtable. Well, that means the Ruthless Roundtable, they could actually be fully reunited here. Because Ezekiel Jackson, he's here on Raw now. ECW is no longer a thing. So that means we could actually have the Ruthless Roundtable come back, where it's Regal leading the charge with Kozlov and Jackson, but Jackson's already aligned himself with Crime Time and John Cena. So the Ruthless Roundtable is just, well, Regal and Kozlov. So Santino not happy about, because of course we all remember Kozlov originally left William Regal to team up with Santino, and then he just leaves Santino to go back to team up with William Regal. And well, we shall see on how that works out in the next couple weeks. But anyway, now as we continue on to this matchup, the death of Santino here. John Cena now strike round between the eyes of Santino. Santino, what have you done? It was funny though, I have to admit. It was funny on the part of Santino to mimic John Cena. We all know the crowd. We all love that. I see right there the manhandle. Well, the manhandle, what? That makes no sense. The straight for John Cena to manhandle Santino. That's what I meant. Anyway, now Cena. Couple strikes here onto Santino. Santino did, well, he did mimic Cena earlier on. A couple seconds ago in the entrance. Of course, Cena's old entrance. Now he walks down to a ring with a different purpose. A much more intimidating demeanor. A much more attitude where it's like he doesn't care about this crowd anymore. He's against them. They turn against him, so he decided to turn against them. So, of course, we had that whole explanation to kick us off. And now Cena here, well, going to use only a 4 count. I was about to say, wouldn't be surprised if he uses the whole 5 count. And Santino will rope break. So Santino lives to fight another day. And by that, I mean probably lives to see the light of day for the next couple of seconds. And lives to fight for the next couple of seconds as well. And we're now Cena on the leg, taking it down, working on it. And now Cena. Nice striking. Well, the new attitude, John Cena, the new demeanor. Not to mention with Crime Time and Steve Jackson. That was definitely going to be a dangerous force here on Raw. That we shall see. So far, I'm not too confident about them taking over Raw. But will they definitely make a statement and win some titles? Yes. However, do I think that they're going to, become management or something like that? No. So I'm not too scared of this new found stable that Cena has off the Fisherman Suplex. Santino kicking out at 2. Not too scared of it. I do think they will do pretty well for themselves, but we shall see. At this point, it's just Cena being butthurt that the crowd doesn't like him anymore. So Cena just decides to go back to his old ways. His old attitude and stuff, and now drop toe hold to Santino. Santino's head bouncing off the mat as well. Santino looks dead. Cena's just been toying around with Santino at this point. Shad hasn't even have to do anything. And there you go. John Cena off the drop toe hold. Santino's done for. Shad didn't even have to do anything in that matchup. He didn't have to distract Santino or anything. And we know, oh come on, Shad and Cena celebrating inside the ring now. Come on, camera, cut to it. There you go. Shad checking on Cena like Cena's hurt. I'm sure he is. And we know it's just Randy Orton now. Orton attacking Shad and now attacking Cena. Orton just drew Shad out the ring immediately out of nowhere. Randy Orton. I guess he came from the crowd. Didn't really see him. But Orton from the crowd just drew Shad out the ring. I don't even see Shad anymore. But I guess it doesn't matter because Randy Orton now. The WWE Champion attacking John Cena. What we did here in the Orton backstage interview, next time he sees Cena, he's going to kick his you-know-what, as you see right there. And he just did it. The RKO connects to John Cena. Shad is still laid on the outside. Orton just really close on him on the ropes. And now Orton, he looks pretty happy for himself. Shad's on the outside. He's hurt. Cena just got stunned by an RKO out of nowhere. The WWE Champion Randy Orton, Well, he did say next time he sees Cena, he's gonna kick his you-know-what. And, well, he just did that. Randy Orton with the RKO out of nowhere to John Cena. The WWE Champion stands tall. And now this is definitely payback for what happened at the Bash. Randy Orton, major statement. The WWE Champion, he laughs last here tonight. And, well, your main event, Hart Dynasty and jerimiz, the Unified Tag Team Championships will be on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, that's actually going to be next. And here comes your tag team contest, as now here comes The Miz. One half of the Unified Tag Team Champions. Randy Orton still trying to get over that, to be fair. Randy Orton, RKO out of nowhere is Cena. Payback for what happened at the Bash. Because, of course, at the Bash, we did have Orton defeat Cena in, to be fair, rather impressive fashion. And then after the matchup, of course, we had Secret Jackson and Crime Time run down to the ring. It looked like Crime Time were going to attack both Ezekiel Jackson and Cena. But instead, they turned their backs to Randy Orton towards the direction of Orton. And all ambushed him to end off the Bash. It was a very weird way. Everyone was confused. And now, well, questions have been answered here tonight at Monday Night Raw. So it's been chaotic so far. What we've had so far has been rather interesting. We had Gail Kim run down to the ring during the Natalya and United matchup. To no avail. Wasn't really all that major. Of course, we had the whole Zack Ryder and Primo thing for the hardcore title, which seemingly came out of nowhere. And for some damn reason, Zack Ryder did a swanton off the production crate, off of the stage, onto Primo. And had the whole the whole Secret Jackson and JHG thing on Sheamus. Attacking Sheamus after the nicest title matchup. Of course, Secret Jackson running down to the ring, giving JHG a steel chair. JHG hit Sheamus across the head of it, of course, which led to a disqualification, which is why Sheamus is still United States Champion. And then, of course, they attacked him after the matchup. Jackson hit the Book of Ezekiel on the outside of Sheamus, and they seemingly celebrated like they won the damn matchup. Although they didn't. Sheamus did, but by disqualification. And of course, well, the final nail in the coffin to just add into the chaos that's happened here tonight on Raw. It's been, well, the Randy Orton thing that's just happened a couple moments ago, which I'm still trying to digest here. Orton just threw shot out the ring immediately. Very in quick fashion as well. Orton came out of nowhere, to be fair. And then, of course, hit the stomps onto Cena. Then shortly after the RKO, Cena and Shad were down for the count. JHG and Ezekiel Jackson most likely were watching backstage. And, well, if they want to do something or not, I have no idea. But anyway, Randy Orton gets the last laugh. So at this point, has John Cena and his newly found stable, have they won the night, to be fair? Because, of course, both JHG and Ezekiel Jackson, they've gotten a major one-up on Sheamus with the mind games of Ezekiel Jackson. So a major one-up on their part against the United States Champion Sheamus. But against the WWE Champion Randy Orton, Orton's gotten their number immediately. So now we finally get a cooldown here. And something that's not going to be too crazy. As the Hart Dynasty are going to challenge jerimiz for the Unified Tag Team titles. And even this still has some weird implications now that I think about it. Because, of course, weeks ago, before Extreme Rules, an episode of Raw before Extreme Rules, we did have Randy Orton take on WWE Champion, WWE Champion Randy Orton take on The Miz and Natalya and United States. Or this could have been before the Bash, in which where Orton defeated Miz, obviously. And now, anyway, we're going to have to go with this because now jerimiz run towards the Hart Dynasty, catches them off guard. And, well, they're not going to wait to make their entrance. jerimiz not going to let Hart Dynasty make their entrance. Well, I was about to say that, of course, during the matchup, we did have Chris Jericho randomly attack Miz. It was a non-title contest, and we had Jericho randomly just punch Miz in the face. And then after that, next week on Raw, it was like nothing ever happened. They were perfectly fine. And then at the Bash, both Chris Jericho and The Miz were perfectly fine. We just had one tiny dilemma where, for some reason, during Miz's non-title matchup against Randy Orton, we just had Jericho punch Miz in the face. Seemed like Jericho was going to help Miz out and attack Orton, but instead, nope, he punched Miz right in the face, square in the face. And well, that was a little questionable, but in the bash, they won the tag titles, well, successfully retained. However, of course, by disqualification. And well, here tonight, well, they definitely seem like they both agreed on to attack the Hart Dynasty before they made their entrance, so it's a little questionable on what jerimiz is. Well, to be fair, they're both two egos. Probably one is greater than the other. So I don't see this tag team lasting long. But so far, so good, besides that one point where Jericho has punched Miz right in the face. Anyways, we now continue on in our tag team match of the main event of Raw here tonight. That's now David Smith and The Miz. Of course, we had David Smith and Miz face off on an episode of SmackDown before the bash. We did have The Miz defeat David Smith. And the episode of Raw before the episode of SmackDown, we did have Tyson Kidd defeat Chris Jericho out of nowhere with a roll-up. Jericho ran towards Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd caught him mid-run with a victory roll, and he actually won. And went on knee DT right there by Miz to David Smith. And now Miz going to make the tag to Chris Jericho or not? Well, Jericho didn't seem to extend his hand there, neither did Miz. A little questionable right there. They botched it. I have no idea. And went out Tyson Kidd here. Now, Kidd, he's already been impressive. I did say this on the go-home edition of SmackDown before the bash, but I feel like Kidd could be a singles champion. Whether if it's United States champion, or if he ever gets drafted over to SmackDown, then Intercontinental champion. But I do feel like he could win a singles title. He's been that damn impressive. Of course, the sharpshooter has been working wonders for both him and Natalya. See right there, and not to mention that innovative maneuver. It's like a snapmare neckbreaker variation. Don't really know what it's called, but what I do know is that it looks awesome. Tyson Kidd definitely is one incredible athlete. So is David Smith. But what I'm going to say right now could cause turmoil if they actually ever hear me. But I feel like Tyson Kidd is the better of the two. Now, yes, David Smith is all fine and stuff. But I feel like Tyson Kidd, he's just been more impressive. Anyway, now Miz, you're going to bash Tyson Kidd's head on the mat. His back the head onto that mat. Well, right now it's not looking too impressive, but, for majority, at least. And we're now Chris Jericho here, a rematch to what happened weeks back on Raw, where we had Tyson Kidd defeat Chris Jericho in a major upset. And we're now into a corner goes Chris Jericho into a corner of the Hart Dynasty. Definitely not a corner where you want to be. If you're in the corner of an opposing team, definitely don't want to be there, because that one you could be isolated. And now, just like that, that's the reason why, because David Smith has Jericho, and now Tyson Kidd here, the knee right to the gut. And, well, that shows the difference between Chris Jericho and The Miz, because Jericho and Miz, for example, if we had Miz having a hold of Tyson Kidd, Jericho will most likely do a slap. He'll most likely do a slap to the face. Well, for the Hart Dynasty, they'll just do one more maneuver that could just help them get far. For example, that knee to the gut, maybe also a kick or something like that. And we're now David Smith and Chris Jericho here. Off the ropes goes Jericho. David Smith has some power slam right there. Gonna clean the hands shortly after, gonna hook both legs. And now into a pin. Just how Orton defeated Cena last night at the Bash. Well, technically not last night, but kayfabe-wise, in the game, it's last night. But you know what I mean. Anyway, Jericho now gonna fight back here against David Smith. And now Jericho has him taking him down. Basically an exploder suplex. Nicely done. We all know Jericho struggled with that one. And now what's this? Chris Jericho here on top of the rope. David Smith, he's dazed, and okay, that worked out well. Jericho, he's also hurt. Well, both him and David Smith getting up at the same time right there. Weird maneuver by Jericho. Insecurity connects. And Miz trying to bring Jericho back inside this matchup here. Or just get tagged, either way. Miz now back inside the ring. And now Bulldog. Or was he right inside the ring? I have no idea. I believe it was. And we now Miz, and just like that. One maneuver and he's gone. Now you see me, now you don't, right there by the Miz. Tagging back in Chris Jericho, and Jericho's going to go back to doing the dirty work. And butterfly backbreaker connects. Nice done on the part of Chris Jericho. Of course, that double and hook backbreaker. And we now has him here. The walls. Jericho looking for the walls. The walls of Jericho. Can this be it? He has David Smith. He turned him around. David Smith on his belly. Can this be it? Tyson Kidd, he's going to break it up in time, though. David Smith probably was going to tap out there if it wasn't for Tyson Kidd. Kidd with the incredible save. And the Hart Dynasty still have their tag team hopes intact. Well, tag team title win hopes intact, I should say. Tyson Kidd looking on. And well, to be fair, I thought the walls were actually going to do it. Let's see their neck breaker. Jericho had the walls nicely applied. David Smith was away from the ropes, but to be fair, David Smith could have actually just crawled. To be fair, so maybe Jericho didn't have him in the best of positions in the mat, but still could have actually worked out well. And we now Chris Jericho here and Tyson Kidd to kick right to the back. Can we have new unified tag team champions here tonight in the Hart Dynasty? We shall see as this matchup progresses. As now Chris Jericho here has Tyson Kidd working on the arm and the facial area. That's definitely going to hurt the back as well. Nice hold right there by Jericho. Of course, Chris Jericho, the man of 1,004 holds. And now Jericho going to tag in the Miz. Tyson Kidd, he seems ready. He was waiting for Miz on that one. Catches him off guard with a kick. And now into the corner of the Hart Dynasty goes the Awesome One. And now Kidd here has him where he wants him. Oh, never mind. Thought Tyson Kidd didn't really know what to do right there, but he kind of did. Was able to block whatever Miz was going for, which was a punch. So maybe not whatever Miz was going for. And without a leap and elbow drop, and is able to connect perfectly right onto the Miz. And with now Miz here, he's in trouble. Camel clutch, he's close to the ropes though, and yep, the rope break. And now Jericho gonna break it up. And well, David Smith, what a chop right there, Jericho. Not sure if you guys saw it, but I know I saw it right there. In the bottom right corner of the screen, David Smith just one major chop to Jericho. Took Jericho immediately off his feet. And now another leap and double drop right there by Tyson Kidd. And now Kidd here has Miz right where he wants him. And now springboard, and oh my god. That worked out pretty well. And now Tyson Kidd once again springboard again. With a splash. And now Kidd again and another splash. Tyson Kidd is going crazy. On the top of the rope here. Tyson Kidd a senton. We saw Kidd do this to JTG on SmackDown. And now Kidd, oh my god. Come on, just stop it right. I'm pretty sure Miz is dead, and again. Another springboard splash. His job is done. Tyson Kidd can tag in David Smith. Wow, we saw Tyson Kidd do that to JTG in the Go Home edition of SmackDown, of course, before the bash, where Tyson Kidd just went completely crazy. Did multiple springboards to JTG. And now doing it once again to Miz. And if not, he did more right there to Miz that he did to JTG on SmackDown. And now David Smith has him up, back suplex, nicely done. Tyson Kidd, he's just really been impressive. And now off the back suplex here, Miz. Is he done for? Is he done for? And yes, he has new tag team champions. Tyson Kidd, all those springboards wearing down Miz, and then a simple back suplex, simple but effective, and the Hart Dynasty have derailed jerimiz of the Unified Tag Team Championships. The Hart Dynasty, they win the Tag Team Championships here tonight. What a victory, new Unified Tag Team Champions. Of course, DX, the first ever Tag Team Champions. jerimiz won from them at Backlash. And then here tonight, the Raw after the bash. In their rematch clause, the Hart Dynasty with the victory, and we have new Unified Tag Team Champions. They can now go across Raw and SmackDown as the Tag Champs. Well, there we go. Chaotic. Well, a very chaotic episode of Raw finally comes to an end here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you all in the next episode of Universe Mode. We'll catch you all on Superstars. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.